Alright, what is going on, everybody? My name is Nathan ELEMENTofFROST, and this might look a little familiar. This is Rust, everybody. Now, I did actually just try to do a video, and I ended up failing because, I don't know, my computer was lagging really badly, and the recording was not smooth whatsoever. But, nonetheless, we are back here yet again, and we're on the last server that we played on back on Friday. You guys seen the base that I had, completely surrounded with walls and stuff like that. It was a great base, you know what I mean? And, as you can see now, that room back there was the only secure part that is left. Because as you guys can see, my room has been broken into, all the chests gone, wall gone. Upstairs, you guys can see the point of entry, unfortunately, up there, right there. You know, somehow they got onto the roof, I'm not sure why, or I'm not sure how. But nonetheless, Dan's room, again, broken into. They didn't destroy his bed, but it is still broken into, and right here as well, the loot room. But what was awesome about this is that when we were mid-raid, which we did get raided, by the way, that was the whole point, and I will explain that very shortly and show you guys the outer, you know, parts of my base and stuff like that, that is just completely destroyed at this point. This base is now, unfortunately, unsalvageable, and even if it was salvageable, the raiders live very close by, or at least they did. So I'm not sure if it's still a thing with them. We can still definitely rebuild this base, which is why I'm on the server again. I did take a pretty big break from the server, but we are definitely back again. And I will show you guys the outside. It's pretty bad. So I'll go ahead and explain to you guys while I go ahead and show you guys the outside of my base. I'll go ahead and explain to you guys what happened. So, the other day, which I believe it was Saturday, Dan was out at the time with his friends and everything like that, whatever. And I was here, home alone, playing Rust. And I was literally by myself. Right? And it just got to the point where I got a lot, actually, pretty angry, to be honest with you. Because there was two guys outside my base. I was out there just getting supplies, gathering hemp, you know, cloth, wood, stone, whatever. I was just gathering some supplies, and I got sandwiched by two guys, alright? Now, I can tell you exactly who these guys are. One of them was Ithug, and the other one, I'm not exactly sure what his name was at the time, but sort of irrelevant, because we got raided by about 15 of them, give or take. And that is not an exaggeration. Me and my friend Just, which, by the way, he lives right over there in that building, or at least he did, because now that's raided as well, so that's all fucked up. And the raiders actually lived there. It looks like it's raided now, so I don't actually think they live there anymore. The reason why we sort of abandoned this base and just didn't build in it anymore is because the raiders lived right over there in that castle, right? So it would be sort of stupid to come on, you know, rebuild everything and then just get fucked again, right? You know what I mean? It would be pointless, if you will. But it looks like that base has been raided now, so that might be a thing. We might be able to rebuild. I don't know. Well, me and Dan will definitely talk it over, and we'll go ahead and see what we get. We'll see what we come up with. But other than that, as you guys can see, the high external stone gates, one was right here, one was right here, and one was right here. So ultimately, we had 3 gates. And when I was home alone, those 2 people basically raided me by themselves, essentially. I died, I respawned in the house, I was talking to them, basically told them to get the fuck out of here, you know, whatever, you killed me, you took my AK, whatever, get the fuck out. And they were just playing like a bunch of pussies, to be honest with you. They just were outside of my gate saying, let me in, I'm friendly, you know what I mean, I just want supplies, whatever, could you help me out? And normally I would. Right? Normally I would. I'm a nice guy. I usually let people in. Maybe not let people in the base, but I usually, you know, come out to them. I give them supplies if they need it. You know what I mean? I'm a nice guy. I'm all about making this community a better place. But they just killed me on the outside. You know what I mean? I was literally out there with nothing but a couple of hatchets gathering supplies. So as far as they know, I was a naked. And they came at me and basically shot me with a bow, shot me with an AK, and I was dead, right? They took what I had, whatever. I respawned in here, they asked for some supplies, so I wasn't going to give it to them. I got up in this guard tower right here with a bolt-action rifle, and I started sniping down at them. And, again, they were some sort of different foreign language. I believe they were Brazilian, because they, you know, they always kept joining from quote-unquote Brazil, so I'm not really sure. I think they were Brazilian, but at the same time, who knows? You know what I mean? I have no idea. I don't know their language or anything like that, but they were going on, and they eventually left. The 2 of them left, okay? They came back, I'd say, about 30 minutes later, me still in the house alone, Dan was not on yet. He did get on shortly. And they actually, at the time, this was only a base with one wall around it. And they actually, if I remember correctly, they broke this wall right here with C4. They came back with C4, broke the wall. They came inside, and like I said, it was a 2-on-1. Dan was nowhere to be found. They got up in the guard tower, shot Dan in the window, and then basically they started building up because authorizers are out here. I didn't wall them in. I should have. That's my bad. But nonetheless, they got up on the balcony, started killing me through the windows, blew up some of the walls up there, and essentially they raided me, basically took all my supplies. They didn't get all of the loot, but they got a majority of it, and we were raided, right? I got raided by 2 people. There was not really much I could do, didn't really have that much ammunition at the time, and I was at a disadvantage. Again, 2v1. And they came in here with C4, I was stuck inside of the building, right? So, that being said, fine. We'll rebuild. And we did. We put a stone gate and, everything like that. We replaced the wall back over there, and then we actually built another wall, which was right here. So we had 2 walls, and then eventually we built a 3rd wall later that same day. All in one day. Was raided once by those 2 Brazilians, and then again we were raided one more time, but this time just as well. Alright, so he's a really good guy. He helped us out a lot, and again, it was about a 6-on-3 to start with, and they just started calling in all of their reinforcements. Like I said, they had a whole fucking country behind them. You know what I mean? They had legitimately everyone that they knew pretty much in the server that was Brazilian, or maybe not, maybe some of them even weren't, but they were definitely the friends. And they came in here with C4, blew down all 3 of my stone gates there at the front, came in here, got into the house, and then I was still up in the guard tower with the bolt action. We were doing a lot of work. We killed them quite a bit. Like, legitimately, they barely killed us until they actually got into my base and basically forced us out, because I was up in this guard tower alone. Dan actually was getting all the loot and teleporting out of here, so he could obviously save what he could, because the walls were broken down. You know what I mean? There wasn't really much that we could do at the time, so that was definitely unfortunate. But at the same time, there's not, like I said, not much we could do really at all. I was stuck in the guard tower here within the 3rd wall. Dan was on his own in the building trying to get his loot and everything like that. Just was shooting over there with the bolt action rifle, and it was one hell of a raid. Like I said, at the time it was about a 6v3, and then after we got pushed out of this base, we all teleported over to his, because his is like honeycombed shit. It's 100% amazing. He has like a moat around it with some metal barricades and everything like that. It's an insane base, but it unfortunately did get raided that night when we were all sleeping, so they must have came back or something. But we did actually end up fighting them off, you know what I mean? They did stop for quite a bit, and then they probably just waited for us to go to bed, because we don't fucking, eat, sleep, and breathe this game. But nonetheless, they unfortunately got into his base, raided him, and everything like that. I haven't really talked to Just since, but I do have him as a friend on Steam, so we will get in contact with him sooner or later. And that's essentially what happened. And then after that, we had actually some supplies from Dan getting some, and from me getting some from our base, and then teleporting away across the map. And then we randomly just get killed by, 2 random guys all the way across the map. And this is not an exaggeration. They had enough supplies. Like I said, that's the problem with playing on a modded server, is the fact that everybody has the supplies to make as much C4 as they possibly want. And that's what's frustrating about it, because C4 is supposed to be rare to come by, you know what I mean? You're not supposed to spam use it or anything like that. It's supposed to be rare, it's supposed to be delicate, and it's supposed to be, you're supposed to use it very moderately. And these guys on the other side of the map, we had literally a wooden shack built with a door on it, but with no lock, because we were still building lock and stuff like that, whatever. And they opened the door, and I shit you not when I say this, they threw about 9 C4 inside of the doorway in a 4x4 shack, or it was like a 2x2 actually. It had like 4, but it was a 2x2 shack, and they literally just threw 9 C4 in through the door and killed us, and took all of our supplies. And then I sort of rage quit the server, to be honest with you. We went on to another server. We did that last night. I tried to do a video on that this morning. We got raided again, and it's just it's shitty with playing on modded servers, man, I'm telling you. But at the same time, you play on legitimate servers, you spend 2 hours grinding, and then you just get killed by some guy fully geared out with like 3 clan members claiming they want to kill you because they want your fucking rock, which is what happened to me last night when we were playing on a legit server, me and Dan. We tried it out, and we just couldn't get started, man. We got a bunch of supplies gathered a few times, and we kept dying to the elements, and it got really bad, really. And that's pretty much it. I just wanted to explain to you guys what happened to this base. You guys seen it the other day. It was a one-walled base. It looked really, really solid, and it was. And like I said, an entire family of angry Brazilians, like literally the entire country. I'm not shitting you. There was people on the mountain. There's people up in that tower. There was people in the house. There was people in another tower over there. There was people inside of our base after they cleared it out, all shooting down at Just Base when we were on the roof, still trying to kill them. And we actually did. Like I said, we held our own. We were actually doing pretty well, to be honest with you. It's kind of sad that it took them, that long to finally get us, and we actually ended up fighting them off for the night. And then, like I said, I explained to you guys, they basically waited for us to go to bed, and then they raided the rest of Just Base, and it got really bad. But anyway, that's that, everybody. That's my experience on this server. I do want to start playing legit servers, like, and stuff like that, but I don't want to make videos or anything like that of them, you know what I mean? And if I'm not going to, then I might as well just play on some modded servers and have fun like that. Because if you guys don't want to see videos of legit servers or anything like that, it's just going to be a huge waste of time, to be honest with you, you know what I mean? Like, it takes a long time to get started on a legit server. The wipes are every Friday. It's just really, really frustrating because they're usually filled with, like, clans and stuff like that. And like I said, we spent like 2 hours grinding and farming yesterday for a bunch of supplies. We were about to settle down and start making a house, and then we just get killed by 2 fully geared guys with bolt action rifles and AKs. And they basically came at us, killed us, and basically said, "We want it, your rock." And they basically left it at that. So that's the community that we are unfortunately dealing with, nowadays. The old Rust community is a lot better. But other than that, that's it for now. Just wanted to share you guys that story and tell you guys to stay off of the Gully Grotto unless you want to get raided by an angry Brazilian family. Or the entire country, for that matter. The entire Czech Republic. The entire Dominican Republic. The entire island of Hawaii. I'm not kidding. Like, it was legit a massive army. And they assembled, dude. It was literally like Avengers assembled. That was it. Like, 3v6, fine. You know what I mean? I can deal with it. And then they got fucking everybody. It was insane. But, anyway, that's it for now. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys want to see more Rust, let me know in the comment section below, and I can definitely make that happen. For now, I'm going to stay in this secure room, because it's like the only room that is actually secure right now. You know what I mean? There's doors on both ends, so they didn't actually get into this room. So, we'll see how long we survive in here. I'll see you on the next video. Bye, everybody.